Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So for today, I'm actually going to bring you along on a journey for me as I go and I wax my nose. A quick disclaimer, I don't have any sort of cosmetology degree. I'm not an esthetician of any sort. I am no professional by any means. This is something that I do with myself, for myself. But just kind of showing you guys what I do. So it's not the first time I've done this. I think my first experience having ever waxed my nose was at a wax appointment at European Wax Center. And I actually loved the way that it felt. I am basically like a baby gorilla and I have hair like everywhere. So occasionally I will go in, if I don't clean up just through other means, I'll go in and I'll actually wax my nose. I'd be lying if I said I'm not terrified, because I am. This will be kind of like a waxing / story time for you guys of just what has happened to me in the past when I've done this. So anyway, without further ado, I'll go ahead and get started and show you guys what I'm doing. So just for my wax setup, what I'm using for today is just this little, what is this, Gigi? I don't know what you'd call that. Just this little Gigi wax warmer. I just turned it off just because the wax is basically ready. I'm using a hard wax, that's hot. I'm using a hard wax, and then I'm just using these little popsicle stick things. But basically, I went in, I've let the wax melt. It's nearly at a consistency where I want it. But basically I'll be using these and then plugging these in my nostrils to wax my nose. Like I said, I'm no esthetician. I didn't go to cosmetology school for any of this. This is just something that I have done for myself. So if you want to come along and likely have some laughs along the way, then stay tuned. Okay, so like I said, the wax is about ready. Just to kind of give you guys an idea, these will easily go into my nose. I have a mirror set up just for lighting for you guys to be able to follow along a little more clearly. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the popsicle stick and then I'm gonna dip it into the wax. I guess maybe I can kind of turn you guys up that way. So give me a second. Sorry, I'm taking the popsicle stick and I'm dipping it into the wax. Obviously you don't want the whole thing full of wax. This is just the one that I was stirring this with. So what I'm doing next is clean popsicle stick. Anyway, so I'm dipping the tip into the wax. So you can see it's just literally just like just the tip. Anyway, so I'm going to spin it a little bit just to get, okay. So the reason I'm spinning it a little bit, and it won't focus, is just so that, if you can tell, I'm just trying to get the wax so that it's not completely runny. You don't want the wax completely runny. Let me keep doing that for a second, but you don't want the wax completely runny. There is a reason for that I will give you all in just a moment. Once you get it to a place where it's not super runny, so you can see here, not quite so much anymore. Let me prop you guys up real quick. Looks like we're in a good place with this. Whew. Alright, so the wax isn't super runny anymore. It's in a pretty good place. So what I'm gonna do, let me move this over a little bit. I'm gonna stick it into my nose. Once it's in, I'm gonna squeeze my nostril onto the popsicle stick. And you can see there's a little bit of wax right there. Otherwise, for the most part, it is kind of just sticking in there. I'm gonna hold my nostril closed, so I'm gonna hold it shut until the wax gets hard. And then what I'll do after that is, once it's hard enough, I'll grab the popsicle stick, of course, and then I'll yank it out. So
So it looks like it's pretty hard, so we'll just let it get harder for a moment. But basically, I guess while we do that, I'll give you a story time of the first time that I tried doing this on my own. So let's rewind back about a year or so, maybe a little longer, about a year. I set everything up kind of like I just showed you guys today. So generally for my setup, so like I said, I have the wax. So I have the wax here. I have my little wax warmer. I have the little popsicle sticks. And then I had this bigger one from earlier when I started the wax warmer, just to help me stir the wax. But anyway, then I have wax paper, because then I can just put my my used popsicle sticks on there. And then of course my mirror. But anyway, so like I said, rewind about a year, and basically what happened is the reason I had mentioned so clearly about the wax getting hard is because I didn't let it get hard. It looks like we're in a good place now. And so what happened is I put the popsicle stick up into my nose and the wax started running down. And so it started running down around here, a little all over the place. And long story short, I panicked. I didn't know what to do. And then when it came time to pull it out, it was a really bad experience. As I mentioned, I'm high-key freaking out a little bit right now. But let's go ahead and give this a try. I have a little man right here actually, so it's probably a good time to get this out. What is it, Bubba? All right. So let's do this. Deep breaths, of course, because that's important. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, and then pull this baby out. So 1, 2, and 3. Didn't work out as well. All right, 1, 2, and 3. One, 2, and 3. Oh, my goodness. All right, I have no idea how long that took just now. It's gonna be kind of disgusting, but there you go. The fruits of my suffering. But it feels so good, you guys. So yeah, I don't know if you guys can see up my nose, but there's some of the difference. So yeah, so there was that. So it's too late to back out now. Time to do the other one. Alright, so you know, what did you learn? We learned not to let the wax get too hard. So let's try this again. We may have to go in again on the other one because I'm seeing little bits and pieces of wax that stayed behind. We obviously don't want to leave that behind, so. All right. So, funny side note, I intended to call this segment Wax and Wine and Wax, or Wax and Wine, and then be having wine as I was doing it. But, seeing as how baby's still awake, and it's 9:44, I figured it was probably not the most responsible thing for me to do. But anyway, here we go again. All right. There you go. Like I said, you see a little bit of wax. And then on this side, I actually had little hairs up this way. So it might be good for me to go in and do it again.
Anyway, if you guys are interested in seeing more things that are ridiculous like this that I do to myself for no particularly good reason, let me know. Maybe next time I will take some wine. Side note, the last time I posted a video was one of me taking a mini road trip to go see Dominique and Greeley to get my eyebrows done. And I'm gonna see her again tomorrow. Look at these things. But you know, she's shaping them so nice. And I have a friend who's coming with me too, that it makes the trip super worth it. All right, let's start this slow, painful journey for me. So again, pretty gross. Oh my God. Yeah, so both of them have wax residue that I left in my nostril. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna do it again on both sides. I'm anticipating that it's likely not gonna be as bad this time around, just because there's really not a whole lot left in there. And I can't get this to focus for you guys. So what you're seeing there, it's not boogers, not really anyway. What you're seeing is really just residue from the wax that was left behind. So, here we go again. Super tempted to just do them both at the same time, but if it's painful again, then I'm just gonna end up leaving it in there for longer than it needs to be, and it's gonna get hard again. That's not a good place to be in either. So yeah, here we go again. We got popsicle stick in the nose. I actually need to grab another one because I used that other one to stir. These popsicle sticks are kind of disgusting, but hey, I warned you that I was like a mini gorilla basically. I'm not sure what all I have in this one. Loosening it up a little bit like I did with the other nostril just a minute ago. I'm not flipping you guys off, I swear. We go with my mucus again. I dread this part, you guys. Yeah, I got something again. Oh, man. Whew. So, the wax was still a little hard, or soft, sorry, when I put it in, so it extended. But if it's possible to believe it all, I left my nose pretty clean. I lost you guys for a second, but I left my nose pretty clean this time around. There's some little ones that I think I can live with. So we're gonna do one more this side and we're calling it a night. So there's only so much of this that I can put myself through, you guys. My friend actually, who I'm gonna see tomorrow, she does this to herself often. She's like a pro at doing this to herself. Let me just have her do this next time around. And then I don't always see out at the time of pulling it. Oh, the residue. I think once I'm done with you guys, I'm gonna try to put the baby to bed, and then I'm gonna dermaplane my face. For those of you who don't know that, it's basically using a blade to scrape off any dead skin cells from your face. The biggest use that I find for it, because just again the reason that I'm also waxing my nose, is that It also, obviously, because you're using a blade, basically kind of shaves your face. So by doing that, I shave off all of the little fuzzies that I have like all over my face. So I have to be careful with that though, because she's basically been kind of reshaping my eyebrows, so I obviously don't want to get rid of anything that she's gonna find use for. Some more juice. Heavy house. Count for you that time. Here we go. It's the result of pull number 2 on nostril number 2. So again, some residue. Some little stragglers, but you know what? I'm happy with this. I'm gonna go in and I'm probably just gonna see what I can scrape out. But other than that, I'm done talking to you guys. I'll keep the camera rolling as I go through and I just clean up any remaining residue, as it looks like I'm picking my nose. But that's how I wax my nose. So yeah, that's basically it. Let me know if you like these kinds of videos, if you're disgusted by them, if you want me to stay away. Anyway, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you did, like I said, let me know if there's anything else that you want to see that's like it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and then I will see you guys next time around. Bye.
I like dollars, I like diamonds, I like stunning, I like shining, I like $1 million deals. Where's my pen? Bitch, I'm signing. I like those Balenciagas, the ones that look like socks. I like going to the Tula.